we've always been travellers at heart. You know, a big reason why we love being in a bus is the lifestyle. And I know that sounds really cliche, but it really is, like being out in nature more, just being on your own schedule, living with less, appreciating the small things. I just think it's a really great lifestyle. Obviously not for everyone, but I feel like the people that you meet that are doing similar things are very like-minded, so that's obviously a plus as well, meeting so many people that share the same values. That's a big reason why we did this. This is our 2003 Toyota Coaster bus that we self-converted into a motorhome. Myself, my dad and my partner converted it. It was a bit of a joint effort. It was a transporter bus for a charity that transported people in wheelchairs. There's a wheelchair lift in it as well that we had to take out. Luckily my dad is a mechanic and he's actually worked on Toyota coasters before, and he recommended them, said they're very reliable. And you know, once we got the bus, he checked it over and said mechanically it's perfect. So as you walk in, you've got our kitchen area, and so we have the cabinets on both sides. We were going to have it on one side, but we thought having it on both sides kind of balances the design out a little bit. And we also love to cook, so it was just better having that extra storage space and benchtop space. We built the cabinets ourselves, and yeah, basically everything that you can see we built. So we just went for all white look. During the build, we were like, ooh, this might be a little bit too white. But now that we've kind of added everything in, I think it looks fresh, looks clean. So under the sink, we just have all our cleaning products, kind of like a linen cupboard as well with all our towels, and also our collapsible dish strainer. Under this cupboard, we have our bin, we have our vacuum, and this here is actually our drinking water. It is a 20-litre water drum, and we have a 3-stage under sink water filter system. And then our water pump is here. This is our sink. It's pretty big. You can probably wash your newborn baby in there, but this is where our filtered water comes from. So just push that back. This is our fridge, and it is perfect for us. We got it because it had such a big freezer size. I think it's 17-litre freezer, which is the biggest that we saw for this sized fridge. It's more than enough. We fit everything, even if we do like a massive shop, it all fits in there. So on this side, this cabinet here, under this first cabinet here, we just have electronics. At the back here, we have our Renogy inverter. It is a 3000 watt inverter, and you'll see that we have plugged things straight into it, such as our cooktop and this power board here. And if we move on to these drawers, yeah, so basically just a cutlery drawer, this first one here. And the second one, we've got our bowls, plates, mugs, containers. And then this last drawer, which is the biggest drawer, has our NutriBullet, it has our strainer, has our pots and pans. That's kind of where all our dried food is, kind of like our pantry, you could say. Down the bottom here is our electric water heater. It holds about 10 litres, and we just turn that on usually when we're driving. And it only takes about 30 minutes or so to heat up, so we can have nice hot showers, which I am very grateful for. So this is our Devanti cooktop. It's just an induction 4-burner, and this is what we use to cook most of our meals. So we have no gas in the bus. Everything is solar powered, so you could say we're off grid. And we have 2 house grade solar panels. They're 305 watts each, if I'm correct. And then we obviously have the 3000 watt Renogy inverter, and then the 2 iTech batteries. So with all that, we can power everything. We usually get hot sunny days here in Australia, so we don't seem to have a problem. If the battery's getting low, we just turn the bus on, you know, run it or go for a drive, and it charges them up a little bit. Thinking back, we probably should have put gas cooktop. I think it would have just been a bit easier so that we wouldn't have to be so mindful of the energy that we're drawing out. We do have a gas cooker which we use outside, which is a saviour sometimes. So above the kitchen cabinets, we have these shelves. And we wanted to keep them nice and open so that we could kind of see everything and access everything easily. So this is our L-shaped couch, and we just thought it worked well in our bus. and it's good because my partner can lay all the way down and then I can also lay that way. So yeah, we kind of just made it so that we had more space really. So we installed this table ourselves, and this is just leftover bench top again. And it's just one of those ones that you can just swivel in any direction. So if I'm sitting here, I can eat here, or if I want to get up and sit over here, and it fits. It's a little small, but it does fit 2 plates quite nicely. To get under the couch, you have to move a few of these cushions. So we kind of only store things under there that we don't need. I'll show you what I mean. So we just keep our spare bed linen, and this is also where these are the water tanks. You can see that we're currently using the first one, and then when that one goes, we've finished it, we just turn that like that, and then we move this second one so that we know that we're onto the second water tank. And just on this little bit here, we have our Seaflow water pump, which is for the main tanks. And on this other side here where the L is, this is where all our electrics is. And we were very lucky that my dad helped us out with this. It's all 12 volt. You've got our 2 iTech lithium batteries here. You've got our solar charge controller, the MPPT right there. This is our fuse board. Over here is our DC to DC Enerdrive charger. Yeah, so obviously when we're driving, charges up our batteries, which works really well. So we have a double bed. I fit fine. My partner's 6 foot and he's like, oh, we probably should have got a queen and put it the other way, but it'll do. And yeah, we really like this little area. It's just like our little nook. We've got one Sirocco fan here, which we like to face towards us or out towards the kitchen. I know these Sirocco fans are quite popular because they're quite quiet. And this is where the other fan is, which is probably not well placed, if I'm going to be completely honest, because I sleep on this side and I constantly hit my head on it. And as you can see, we have roll-up curtains. So we have to put them down and roll them up every day. To be honest though, it takes me 2 seconds now, and I don't really mind that much because I like how they look. Here at the bed area, I forgot to show, we have a PowerPoint here and some space. Put our phones and our laptops. It's like it goes down underneath the bed, and we've just put some carpet in there to make sure that it's nice and snug. So under the bed we have our bed on gas struts. As you can see, it goes up. And in here we have, it's a bit messy, sorry, but we have just some clothes boxes that we just kind of chuck things in. And we don't really access them that often. These are kind of clothes, like winter clothes and stuff like that. Also underneath the bed is our garage area. So I'll come out the side of the bus and show you that in a sec. So at the back here, we have a little door that comes out here. And this is our garage. As a normal house garage, pretty messy. We just have some weights, some paddle boards. We have our table, beach umbrella, and obviously our camping seats. And then if we come around, we've got the big wheelchair door here on this side of the bed. So what I wanted to show you in this back area was this pull-out drawer that we built. You've got to push them down and it slides all the way out. We keep our tools in here, hammer, screws, drill. This is a picnic blanket. And in this drawer here, it's actually on gas struts, which is quite cool. We have some ropes. This is our hose and our filter that we use, our universal caravan water filter that we hook up to the hose. Some butane, and this is our gas cooker. So that is a big reason why we built this slide out drawer, so that we could have somewhere to cook outside and also to store all this. So as soon as you walk in the steps, in front of you is our bathroom and shower area. So we actually built a barn style door. As you can see, it slides. To get this barn style door, I know what you're thinking, it's probably not the best idea in a motorhome because it'll be flapping everywhere. So what we did to mitigate the flapping was these wheels here. They kind of like push it inwards so that it doesn't flap. and it helps it just slide easily as well, and that completely stopped the flapping. We just have one of these cabin hooks to close it. In order to build the shower, we obviously started with this basin. The dimensions are 70 by 90. So after we had the basin, we just created the walls around it. And then we bought this wet panel and we just glue that on to the walls that we had. And we just siliconed everything to make sure that everything was waterproof. We have a shower curtain that comes across on both sides. It's just one of those caravan shower heads that you can pause, it has a pause button. And we just have an exhaust fan and light in there as well, which we turn on when we're showering. And just down here, some shampoos, soaps and cleansers and all that kind of stuff that stays in that corner. In terms of the toilet, we use a Thetford porta potty, and it is one of the ones that has the electric pump. Obviously separates into two. You just take the bottom out and you empty it at a dump point. And we're pretty happy with it, to be honest. We said that we would only use it in emergencies, but we're tending to use it a lot more. We're really happy to have this toilet, and yeah, so when you flush it, you just battery operated. This is our wardrobe. So as I mentioned, we keep a lot of clothes underneath the bed, but we kind of keep a lot of clothes in here as well, and ones especially that we don't want crinkled. And down the bottom here is just a lot of shoes, laptops, electronics. Kind of looks a bit messy because we've just chucked things in, but that's how it is in a small space. So this is the front of the bus where the magic happens, you could say. It is 6 gear and it's a turbo diesel. We've registered for 3 seats. The third seat sits our air fryer. We just couldn't find another place to put it, so that's its seat there. It comes along for the ride. We don't have aircon in terms of, obviously when the bus is running, we have the aircon at the front. We have these 2 vents, and then we have 1/3 vent here, which, you know, it circulates in the bus, but as soon as the bus stops, that's pretty much it. It dissipates and it's just hot again. What we do have is a max air fan. I would have liked to have put 2, thinking about it now, but our solar panels pretty much cover the whole top of the bus, so there would have been no room for it. So in terms of water tanks, we have 3, and they're 55 litres each of fresh water. And then we have a grey water tank under here, which is near the shower, and that is 50 litre. And we also have the option of this city water inlet. If we're at a caravan park and they have water, you just hook that up. We fill up our 3 water tanks in this inlet here. So we're really happy with the layout that we chose. We feel like it flows really nicely. We made a point to put the wardrobe in the shower as soon as you walk in so that all these windows are visible. I guess that was the reason why we went with the Toyota Coaster as well, because we loved all the big open windows so that it keeps it nice, light and airy in here. I filmed the whole conversion process from the start to the finish over on my channel at Elana, and now I'm also uploading videos of our travels around Australia, so if you want to check that out. Our plans are to continue travelling around Australia. We are currently in South Australia, and next we're heading up to the Northern Territory to the Red Centre, the Outback, and yeah, we're really excited for that. Yeah, we are loving every minute being in this bus.
Subscribe to Exploring Alternatives and check out our playlists for more stories like this. You can also follow Elana on YouTube at Elana. Thanks for watching.